Possum, you're here. Possum rhymes with awesome. Happy Saturday. Yeah, 10:51 a.m. I'm getting earlier and earlier. 10:51. It's definitely in the 80s. Saturday afternoon, well, morning still. DRT, I'm doing good. Gino is here, I'm doing good. My brother from another. It's funny how I meet people that are aware of who you are, Gino. It's kind of cool here in Dumaguete. I mention you and they're like, oh, I think I know who he is. And then I show them on the YouTube. And they're like, yeah, I've seen him before. I've watched him. I said, you should watch him all the time. I said, he's only doing live streams once a week now. So I said, you gotta get the Gino effect when you can. I said, you have us all in suspense, me included. But good to see you, Gino, Possum, DRT. Yeah, I'm starting earlier. I mean, I try to do it because of the heat in a way, plus the time, the hour of the day. Well, for people, especially on the East Coast, but it's Friday night for people Eastern Standard Time. But blessed to be alive and healthy and have another day. Just to simply go for a walk. But things get a little busier on Saturdays. Most people are going to the grocery store too, which would be here, Robinson's. They go in there for sure. Connie is here. Hello, Connie. Fishers, Indiana. I always love how Connie introduces herself. I will never, ever forget that Connie's from Indiana. And if I do, then I got hit in the head or something. But yeah, it's a little more active on on the weekends. But it's always active here for me, like Sunday to Sunday, 7 days a week. Everything's usually pretty good. That's why I like it. And if you really need peace and quiet, you can just walk at the boulevard. When the sun's at its hottest, usually I'm one of not many people that will walk in the hottest of the day here in the Philippines. So yeah, if I need privacy or I don't want to feel so congested with people, I can always simply go to the boulevard where there's not really much shade at all. And yeah, I have the whole boulevard to myself for the most part. But it feels good. There's a nice breeze. You have a little overcast of clouds, so I'm not cooking per se. But they are going to be having their, I don't know, yearly festival-like thing in Silliman University, which I did go to that 2 years ago, because last year at that time I wasn't here. I was in Bacolod, which you guys all know how I didn't have a lot of, I don't know, not my vibe in Bacolod, so I missed out on that festival that I like so much at Silliman. Lots of food. The college students are basically involved in a lot of that goes on there. So, hello, Red Tax. Are you a tax guy, Dr. Red? That's funny, Red Tax. And she corrected herself, Red Taco. Yeah, they probably do just think another crazy American with me. Especially when I'm out walking in the sun. I think that's what's given me a little bit of a reputation of the crazy foreigner who's always out in the hottest times of the day, walking for several hours throughout the day. But definitely when it's hottest at the boulevard, I do walk. I take my shirt off and I get my direct sunlight. I have an app that kind of monitors that. So yeah, I'm a big proponent of getting a sufficient amount of direct sunlight daily for health reasons. Young Cartillo says Johnny Knoxville. I've never been. Maybe you're thinking I look like Johnny Knoxville. Possible. I never really thought of me looking like Johnny Knoxville, but that's a new one. I like that. I've been preferred with the glasses and the hat, vanilla ice. Sometimes going into the public market though. But nice to see you, young Cartillo. Johnny Knoxville. That's a new one. I like it. I've been called worse. I think we all have at one point in our life. Not many Filipinos walk outside in the sun. That is for sure. Some of them, when I see them, I give them a lot of credit. They're definitely not insecure about their merino skin, which they shouldn't be. But I've heard stories of more from Filipinas that were bullied by maybe when they were in school for their skin, and I'm like, that's terrible. I don't agree with that, but then I'll see people at the boulevard walking in the sun or fishing in the sun, and they don't have an umbrella. But yeah, this is my stomping grounds through here, the public market. Always a joy to walk through here. Connie said in Indiana, we've had a rain here with lots of flooding. Yeah, it's like when you get too much rain, you don't want it. When you don't get enough sun, you want it. Right now, I'd say things have been consistently hot and sunny here with no rain. We got a break, and then we got a break from the rain, which I like. I mean, I know you need rain sometimes, but it can be, I don't know, too much if it's consecutive days. Bacolod, it definitely rained a lot more there. I think that was another reason I didn't like Bacolod. I just thought it was a coincidence that it rained so much there, and actually the locals said to me, no, Michael, it does rain a lot up in this area. I know other people that live up there too, and I don't like the rain. Too much up there. Unless you're in the rain, that's perfect for you, but I'm not. But hopefully the signal stays good. We'll find out. Actually, I haven't even gone down by the ocean yet. That's right. Usually I start down there, but I mix it up from time to time. Anybody want peanuts? You can get peanuts. I like peanuts, but the one time I got the peanuts in a shell and they were like all wet inside. I don't know if they washed the peanuts or something like that. Maybe Gino knows that, but I didn't like it. I like dry roasted peanuts. I don't really know why they were like just like moist and wet. I don't really need water yet. I'm good. Still early. Those are boiled peanuts. Yeah, I don't think I knew that they were boiled, Gino, until after I started cracking them open and eating them. I didn't enjoy them. They didn't like they weren't even like a peanutty taste. I don't know. It was almost like they were just soaked in water too long or whatever. I didn't like them. Just give me the dry roasted peanuts. I don't care if there's sea salt on them, but thank you. See, now I know boiled peanuts. Yeah, I didn't know they were boiled. I just saw them in a shell and I'm like, peanuts. And then I'm like, why are they all mushy inside? I don't like mushy peanuts. But there's never a dull moment in the public market. This is usually the busier day, today and tomorrow. But it looks like this every day. I don't really notice much of a difference, honestly. So how's the weather been up your way, Gino, if you don't mind sharing? I mean, I think the last time you streamed, I don't remember you mentioning rain, but could have been. Boiled southern peanuts are wet. You want roasted? Yeah, yeah, they just, like I said, I was just shocked because I was like, why are they all wet and mushy? Kind of like, and they didn't have much flavor. It was almost like the boiling just like removed the taste. But now I know. I guess some people like them. I guess they wouldn't boil them. It's kind of like the bananas too. They boil a certain kind of banana. I don't know if they're smaller. I don't really like the boiled banana too much either. I'd rather have banana Q instead of the boiled banana. But I don't even know what type of banana that is. There's Fortune. Master Fortune is here. Gino says he had boiled peanuts in Mississippi. Sunny day again today in Ackland province. Unusual this time of the year. So you're saying, being that it's unusual, Gino, you're more accustomed to getting rain right now? And that's one thing I always notice here in Dumaguete. Like, if there's even rain headed this way, it always seems to, like, I don't know if dissipates the word to use, but it just never ends up being as rainy as you think. It reminds me of Florida here in Dumaguete in a way. Like, you get rain, it comes, and then it goes for the most part. I mean, I remember rain season last year or the year before. Like, you maybe had like 1 week where it was just not much sun, a lot of misty, rain-like weather, but that only lasted like a week. Gino says, August usually a lot more rain. Saba is the banana type. All right, so that would be the boiled one. Yeah, I don't like the taste. I don't. It's almost like I said, the boiled seems to remove the taste of a normal banana. It's almost like it's very bland, kind of like the boiled peanuts. Like, it kind of takes the taste. Now, banana Q, that takes the banana to a whole other level. I mean, especially if they put sugar on it, which I don't usually get banana Q. They do make them without the sugar added. I prefer to eat those. They're sweet enough. And you know me, I'm picky about sugar consumptions, and I'm sure the sugar that they put on them isn't like coconut sugar or anything. It's probably like the stuff that I try to stay away from. Now, I've had a banana Q with sugar, and I didn't know they put sugar on them. They call it Nilagang sage in the boiled version. I'm probably saying that wrong, but someday I'll get it, maybe. I don't say that very often, so that's probably why I'll never remember it. It's stuff that I try to use more frequently, which is normal good mornings and good afternoons and stuff like that here. Saba is also the banana type for halo. Now, I don't mind how, I don't eat that kind of sweet stuff often. But the one halo, I mentioned this before, I didn't really like it because they put beans in it. They said, but a local told me not all places put it was beans in halo, and it was almost like they were raw because they were very hard. And it's like all the sweet stuff in halo, and then there's a bean, like a vegetable. I didn't really like that. Everything else, I mean, it was fine. Again, I wouldn't eat it every day because I just don't eat sweets like that. But that's another thing I learned. There were like beans in it. Not a lot. It wasn't like you're eating, well, even chili, you learn when people talk about making chili in America, not all chili people put beans in it. That was just somebody else decided to put beans in it. I don't actually like a lot of beans in my chili. Sometimes I feel like there's so many beans in it. It's like, can I have some chili with those beans? The beef and the whatever else is much better, in my opinion, than beans. But I've used black beans in chili just to change up. A lot of people use those, not navy beans, but anyway, I don't even know why we're talking about chili. Steven Richards, how much does your YouTube take out of contributions? Steven Richards, I know they do take a good percentage out. And I know recently there was some YouTube update and stuff like that going on. I didn't really pay attention to it because it is what it is. I guess if people are trying to get monetized, I saw something like, instead of having 4,000 view hours as a requirement to become monetized, now it becomes 8,000 hours or something like that. Again, I wouldn't like that. But if you do it right, I think you could end up, I don't know, getting to 8,000 hours quicker than you might realize. But yeah, like, I don't know what, I think the percentage is like maybe, yeah, there you go, Gino, thank you, 30%. That's what I was gonna guess. Yeah, it's 30%. So, yeah, Steven, 30%, which, you know, it is what it is. I never actually started YouTube anyway from a monetary perspective. I just wanted to do it for fun. I just wanted to share my life, as simple as that may be. I just wanted to share what I do. Michael from America came to the Philippines, took a leap of faith, tried to do something that maybe normally, maybe years ago I wouldn't have done. I would have talked myself out of it. So I'm glad I did it. Best decision I ever made, in my opinion. I love it here. And there are definite benefits of living here. But my main reason for coming here in particular, I love hot weather. Obviously, I'm out walking in it at 11:09 a.m. Saturday in Dumaguete. It'll get hotter. I don't care. That don't bother me. But I love ocean, which we're coming up on one here. I love the ocean. I love the idea of islands and banana trees and coconut trees and sugar cane and just stuff that's mango just growing all over the place, kind of like wild. And then I also love to see the ocean. I mean, if I was still in the United States, I would probably go back to Florida. That's where I prefer to live, by the ocean. But over and over again, I tell everybody, if I was living in the United States, I'd still be working. I'd have to. My pension would not be enough to sustain even just a basic, comfortable lifestyle. I couldn't do that. It wouldn't work. So yeah, it wouldn't work, so I'd have to work. I love the Philippines. Takes a tough man, though, who is young at heart. I enjoy your channel. Steven, I enjoy the fact that you find something that you enjoy. I love doing it. I want to, like I've said this over and over again, and like I said, this is the Rizal Boulevard. It's like a glorified boardwalk. I mean, it goes, they were doing something like career related stuff. They had set up their tents and stuff, but yesterday evening when I was walking, I love it here. Like this is to me, the breeze, and again, if it gets windy, I don't stay here too long because it gets too windy and then you don't hear me. And yes, I have microphones, but I don't always bring them. Maybe if I'd be making a video, but very tempted to go on my next trip. Steven, I have nothing negative to say about here. Some people do. Everybody's different. Sometimes it takes it simply as a different island, a different location until you find your vibe, where you're comfortable at. I still consider myself a newbie. I've only been here about 2 years, something like that. I kind of not keeping track, but I don't know everything and I'm still learning a lot, but I enjoy it and I love learning. The people are the most important here to me. That's the best part, is the people. Like the relationships, the the openness, the welcoming feeling here in Dumaguete. I can specifically say that my experiences have been awesome. The wind is, I'm probably not going to walk around too much here because I'm not going to know when you hear me and when you don't. But like I said, it's very convenient here. You have the port right here. You can hop on a fast boat or, you know, roll on, roll off with your motorbike or your car. Cebu is the mountainy area, the island you can see in the background. And then you cannot see Siquijor. I can barely see it, but it's high, it's hidden behind, it's like hazy, cloudy. But yeah, I walk everywhere, man. This is what I enjoy. And you know, if my life daily routine, other than whenever I decide to go somewhere and do something, I'm completely happy waking up every day, doing my walk-in exercises, whatever other dumbbell, free weight, push-ups, that kind of stuff, eating my meals like when I eat and having coffee and just walking and meeting people. Like I'm living life. Salty Sea Birdie, I see you there. I don't want to ignore you. I see you. Welcome, Salty. Steven says, I've been to only Hole and Mobile. I guess that isn't Mobile. I've heard of that. I don't know if that's not Cebu, maybe. For the nature of the boardwalk, I would enjoy doing every day. And you can meet amazing people there. Now, this time of the day, obviously, it's a weekend, it's a Saturday. You'll see people out, but it's like Gino said, a lot of Philippine people, they don't like the sunlight. Some do. I guess if you're gonna go to the beach, you're gonna be in sunlight, but yeah, I've adapted perfectly fine. The heat doesn't bother me. The sun doesn't bother. I'm out in it all day. People always say, Michael, do you wear any type of sunscreen or sunblock? The only thing I use is a brand, and no, I'm not sponsored by anybody, but the brand I recommend using is called Badger. I saw it online somewhere. Someone was promoting it on some social media. It's called Badger, Badger. It's like 90, almost 100% pure zinc. That's what I use. And I only put it on my ears, nose, face, around here. I don't wear it anywhere else. I don't get burnt. My body adapted to it. And I think anybody would. You take baby steps when you're out in the sun. Don't just come as Mr. Whitey and then get all zapped out. And then, yeah, you probably would be cooked. But yeah, Steven, I mean, back to your... If Dumaguete interests you, I would try it. But what's the worst that could happen? You wouldn't have a vibe and you wouldn't like it. I experienced that in Bacolod. I'd say it was after a week or two I was ready to leave. Bacolod was a different language. Obviously, here is Bisaya, there was Ilonggo. But it was just like, it was like a different vibe, mentality in Bacolod for me. People seemed very career and driven, you know, school and career, and kind of like, and we're in their own little world, which is fine. It's just different there. Some foreigners like it there because it's shopping malls and all that stuff. I don't care about any of that stuff. I could care less. All I want is whatever I need to get through everyday life. Like the materialistic aspect of life, for me, for the most part, compared to the way it was when I was living in the USA, is completely different and gone. I don't care. It's kind of like someone said, we're born into this world with nothing, we're gonna leave it with nothing. Here, the best thing about it is I'm healthy. To me, as long as I have my health, which diet, exercise, all that stuff, as long as I do all that stuff, I'm gonna be fine, and I'm gonna be able to enjoy all this stuff. And I mean, obviously, a roof over your head, eat and do whatever it takes. Everybody's different. Everybody needs certain things in their life to be happy. For me here, since I've been here in the Philippines, and Gino knows exactly, or most of you know how I feel. I'm just happy with to me, it's the simplistic life. I'm happy. And the only way I'm going to stay healthy is by exercising, being active, moving around, doing stuff. No days off for me, not really. I guess, I don't know, a day off for me, I would still walk, even if I went somewhere where I wasn't in my same, if I wasn't here in Dumaguete, I would still go walk somewhere. I would fit it in, probably not as many miles as I do here on the average daily basis, but I would stay active doing something. Pickleball is definitely something I'm interested in. I played it a few times. It's growing like crazy here in the Philippines, especially here in Dumaguete. It seems like every day there's a new pickleball court being installed and put up. Hello, Griffin. Sorry, I don't want to think I'm ignoring anybody. Rob and Janet, Philippines. What don't you like about Bacolod? Be honest. Hell, honestly, it was boring. I mean, that's just the best way I can put it. I was very bored in Bacolod. Great question, Rob and Janet, Philippines. I was bored. I was very bored. Too city-like. I look at Dumaguete as a town. Like, these buildings aren't, that's as high as they get for the most part. Bacolod, much higher, skyscraper-like buildings. You just feel like you're like claustrophobic. Like, not like being in New York City, I've been there, but you can't even, like in Bacolod, like I can't, like, the only way you see the sky is if you look straight up in the air. That's why I didn't like Bacolod. It was boring. It was just, and it rained a lot more in Bacolod than it does here. Even now it's rain season. It's very rare. Well, I've been fortunate lately to have a lot of consecutive days of rain where I can't even do a live stream. Although I've done it in the rain a little bit, I pushed it to try and do the best I can, but that's another reason. Like, it rains more in Bacolod than it does here. Wait a minute. What don't you like? What Bacolod versus? Well, I've never been to Ilo, Rob, so I can't compare Ilo. Obviously, it's more city-like there. I've seen videos and of Ilo. I know people that have, lived there and say they like it, enjoy it. But again, everybody's different, There's people that love Bacolod. They love going to the malls all the time, and I don't care about malls. I go in the mall when I'm doing my live stream just to show people, hey, this is the mall, this is what you see, and stuff like that. And the only time I go to the mall is if I need maybe a new t-shirt or something like that, because this place I like, they're 100% cotton t-shirts. It's called Unique something, I always forget, Unique Low or something like that. So I'll go get a shirt, but I'm not in there to buy anything, really. I just make sure I have like 10 t-shirts, rotate through the week, or I actually have more than that, because sometimes I go back to my apartment because I'm sweating and I just change my shirt. Or, you could jump in the shower too if you really want to. But, I got a certain amount of socks, just all the basic stuff. Solid though, I just felt so isolated there. They have something in Bacolod called Baywalk or something like that, is their version of, which you can't even compare that to the boulevard here. You can't even compare. It's not, in my opinion, there's no comparison. I mean, Baywalk reminded me of like an abandoned, forgotten boardwalk, basically. I mean, there's like nobody there. Now, they do have food kind of stuff there in the evening, but it's not open like this. You don't have the scenery is not the same. Let me see, this is the Philippines. Why are you telling us about Indonesia? I don't know who's talking about Indonesia. Oh, Agnes is talking about some earthquake in Indonesia. Well, hopefully that's another thing, people, you got to consider. I think the last earthquake related thing that happened here was like a 1.4 not that long ago. I didn't feel anything, obviously, a 1.4. But those are things I don't worry about what I can't control. Uh, yeah, Steven, there have been some, but I don't look into that stuff. Some people get very, I don't know, suspicious of all the earthquakes, thinking, oh, the end of the world or whatever. Who knows? Um, you know what? We're not going to know when that day comes anyway. And put your faith where you want it. I know where mine is. I just don't worry about stuff like that. You don't want any type of tragic type things. I mean, I experienced the worst earthquake I ever experienced was when I was in Bacolod. It was the one that hit in Cebu, but it felt like it was right in Bacolod. I was on the 5th floor of an apartment, and it was scary. I mean, I never experienced being in a high riser and feeling the building like shaking side to side. It was very weird and scary. But all you do is, for me, I just sat still and waited it out. Don't try to run or really, because you could trip. Your balance is kind of out of whack. But yeah, I experienced it. Rob says I heard the women. Honestly, I mean, it depends on what you're defining as better. In my opinion, looks only go so far. There's a lot of beautiful women everywhere in the world, but how beautiful is their heart? That's kind of the way I deal with that stuff. But for me, if I'm going to compare, I'll give you my opinion. Where do I think the girls are more beautiful, here or Bacolod? Here. I just see more, maybe. They're more kinder. They're more eager to say hello and good morning here also. Whereas in Bacolod, they just didn't seem, I'm not saying they weren't friendly. It's just different for me. Maybe other people there and they're like, hey man, they're saying hi left and right. I don't know. It just seemed different to me. They seemed more focused on, which is fine, their career or maybe school or something like that. That's okay. Do I miss a good steak? Honestly, the best steak that I would ever eat when I was home in the U.S. was at my parents' house. My brother would make it, ribeye steak. I didn't really go out much to restaurants because I felt like the best steak I could get is buying your own. And then my brother would make it. He would cook it when he was at my parents' house when I visited. That's my favorite steak, is ribeye. But I don't really miss it. Honestly, I miss blueberries. I miss wild grown organic blueberries. On occasion, you can find blueberries frozen in a bag at Belkris here, but it's it's not often, I miss blueberries more than I miss steak. Rob says, have you heard about what happened to Mike White? Are you talking, I guess, Michael White from Thriving Expat or whatever his channel is called, I think. That's the only Michael White that I know. But no, I haven't heard anything in regards to him. All right, Masbate, then that's the same one I know. Yeah, I don't know anything about what happened to him or something like that. I have not heard anything. I mean, if you want to share, you're more than welcome, but I don't know. I haven't heard. I mean, I know him through his channel, and we've kind of chatted back and forth. I need to cross the street. Chatted back and forth, in the past. But I do miss Mexican food. Yes, Fernando Contreras, you know me all too well. You know me all too well. Yes, I miss Mexican food. You can find a little bit of Mexican food here, but I'm sure the bigger the city you're in here, the better. But if I want to make something like beef tacos or something like that, I can get the ingredients that I need and soft shell, whatever. I can make it, I can do that. But that's true. When I was back in the U.S. for the month, June 8th through July 9th, I did get Mexican food. I have to admit, my brother actually made some as well. That was kind of all I did, with the exception of my mom passing away, which I don't even like bringing it up anymore. But I did eat a lot of foods that I missed that aren't so easily, readily available here. Uh, Let me see. Wait, Rob. I think him and Charm are getting into. Oh boy. I don't like hearing about relationship stuff. I'll be honest with you. It's like their business is their business. Um, yes, I'd consider that unfortunate. That's for sure. I'm gonna cool into the. Well, yeah, and they have children. Yeah, you hate to see it. I'm sure there's always more to the story that we don't know. Prayers to Mike and Charm and his kids. You just hate to see that. Again, I kind of like, I stay out of other people's lives. Like, I'm kind of here in the Philippines. My best friends or the people that I get to know are the locals. Not to say that they don't have problems or drama in their life, but I certainly prefer to, they seem like they have less drama. I just stay focused on me. That might come off as selfish, but I stay focused on me, my faith, my health, and just being happy. And yeah, it's like gossiping. And honestly, I don't gossip a lot. I don't. I stay away from that. I just don't. That's too what had at home. I just want to just. I always show this before. It's like a mural they do, this painting here. I just think it's cool. But somebody took the time to do their creative artwork. It's just a little reflection of. Now, Abinson, I haven't made my stop there to get an air fryer, but that is definitely someplace at some point I need to make a pit stop there. I keep putting it off. But yeah, it's just cool. Like, I don't know. I mean, I know there's stuff like this all over the world, but I do like it. Hannah's Flower Shop. I don't. But it's neat. It's just artistic. Someone took the time to do it. This looks like Nemo with braces on though. But the color pops. Yeah, it's just neat. It's just a part of Dumaguete. Well, Stephen, there's two ways that I look at judging. There's those who have like maybe bad intentions when they judge, or sometimes if you care about somebody and you want to help them and you point out something that they're doing that maybe you don't think is for the betterment of their life, I don't think that's judging. I think that's trying to just constructive criticism, although some people may perceive that as judging. I don't. Because the people that I love and care about the most, they're the ones I'm the hardest on. They're the ones that well, even strangers, I'm not afraid to care about people. But, there is a way to, want to help people, and kind of show them the light sometimes. But honestly, all I can do is open the door. I can open the door, but it's up to you to walk in and, life is too short anyway. It goes by so quickly. You never know. You just never know. Oh, then speaking of Michael, there he is. Speaking of the devil. Yeah, a good friend corrects you. And hello, Michael Lee White. That's crazy, man. We're on a live stream and your name gets brought up and all of a sudden he's here. That's why I stay out of people's business. I don't care. Anyway, Traveler Fly says hello, Mike and Michael, and all those here. Welcome, Traveler Flies. Nice to see you. All right, hey, Michael, do me a favor. Just like you're clearing the air. I don't really care, but I don't want to make this like the topic of my live stream, and this is why I stay out of people's life. So, Steven or whoever heard this or heard that, I really don't care. But I don't know. If you guys have something to talk about, do it on your own. I don't want it here. Anyway, where was I? I'm going towards Freedom Park. Yeah, I want to talk about Dumaguete too, because this is why I stay out of other. Yeah, this is what it always. People. I don't want to. I'm not even going to say anything. No, just you don't need to apologize. Like I said, I've seen this freaking stuff before, and this is why I stay out of. I don't want drama, and the minute I see it, this is what honestly pisses me off. There's more important things in life to worry about what other people are doing, unless it's some sort of health issue or concern, and bringing it to someone's attention that they have a health issue or whatnot. Because honestly, that's what I thought when someone mentioned you, that it was a health related issue, and I kind of worried. I don't play that. I don't want that, and I'm being honest. I'm a good and kind-hearted person, but until somebody kind of like, I don't know, starts closing in on my happiness and makes me feel uncomfortable, then I speak. I'm like that everywhere, home, everywhere. But anyway, enough about that. My apologies for just speaking my mind, but some things just bother me, and it's like, be happy. Stop worrying about what everybody else does, and this isn't directed towards anybody, but just stop. Like, and if that's what you like to do, then go do it somewhere else. Being in here now is what counts. Return to the source. Amen to that. Stephen Richard says, can you get a good one-bedroom unit there for 20? Well, I think you can. Mine's a one-bedroom studio apartment in here, by the way. I should cross here now before I get ran over. But here is Freedom Park. Last time I came through here, the signal was wonky, but I'm sure there might not be a lot of people here because it's kind of cloudy. All is good, Caden. All is good. Yeah, it's rare for people to see me get upset. That stuff is for back home and where I came from. I like being at peace. Inner peace is my happiness, and when I feel affected, Anyway, this is Freedom Park. It's normally once it gets dark, there's many more people here. It's small, but it is nice, especially at Christmas time. Well, Christmas decorations are going to be put up rather quickly, so September, somewhere around there. So maybe by the time I come rolling through here next month, you'll see a bunch of Christmas decorations all through here. I don't know if I can make it to the city mall or not. Possibly. We'll see how the internet works today, but it seems like so far so good. Gigfoot is here, or 30K. Steven, it depends on kind of like where I live, my location, Marina Spatial, single studio apartment, this, all open. It's very small. Again, I get teased and joked not by people I really know, just, I don't know, haters that somehow they can be in more than one room at one time. My apartment is small. I like it small. has a bed, has air conditioning, has a shower, has a kitchen, refrigerator, water dispensing machine, basically everything I'd need. A big cabinet to store my minimal clothes and walking shoes, and it's perfect for me. Now, is it considered a little expensive? Yes, it's considered a little expensive, but I'm taking convenience, I'm taking modern, I'm taking swimming pool, I'm taking gym and security. Whether security means anything to somebody or not, you are paying for that. You have a lot of security around there. I don't think security is a bad thing, but yeah, my apartment's very small, but it's not. I don't have a lot to clean. I don't want a lot to clean. I also don't hang out in my apartment. I'm not here in the Philippines, or if I was in any other country, to hang out in my apartment. For me, it's perfect. Or even if you live with somebody else, two people, it's perfect. It's good enough. But everybody has different expectations on what they want. Wait a minute, I see some Gigfoot. I see you, my friend. Thank you, dude. God bless you, Gigfoot. That's your hard-earned money. I know what you do. Gigfoot is like Mr. Oh man, like DoorDash, Uber Eats, everything, man. You're like the model person on how to be successful representing all those delivery kind of services. Like, I see what you do. I have a lot of respect for you. So thank you very much for happy Saturday to you for your hard-earned money supporting me. My apologies for my rant. Sometimes I rant, not often, unless I'm rubbed the wrong way. But Caden, nice to see you, Caden. I will definitely get a place outside the USA when my mom dies, which I don't even want to think about your mom dying or anybody's mom dying. And sell my house and have no animals. Caden, you know where you can come, though. I still hope you visit here, Caden, someday before all that stuff takes place, just to get an idea. Steven says, I don't need much. Me neither. Henry says, we're doing great today. We're having a great day. Yes, I'm having a great day. I went from one extreme to the next on my personality, but I'm back to normal again. Roy Camacho, hello from Puerto Rico. Territory, USA, you were right. I think I remember you. I think of Hector Macho Camacho when you say that name. The boxer, Hector Macho Camacho. I don't know if he was from Puerto Rico, but he was a hell of a boxer. But welcome, Roy Camacho. I'm kind of going back here because like I'm wiping sweat from my face. As you can probably see, it pouring. Travelerfly says, honestly, that's why I don't say much in the chats. I'm a good guy with good intentions. Life is short for the negativity piece. Yeah, and again, I'm not trying to continue, but I agree with you, Travelerflies. I mean, again, if something happens to somebody from a health perspective and I'm not aware of it, I don't care. I don't care. And chances are I don't know because I'm not really close to that many people. Locals, I am. Not a lot of foreigners. I'm being honest with you. Honestly, I'm more interested in getting to know the locals better. I can name maybe a handful of foreigners that I'm really close with. And it's funny too because a lot of people always they refer to Dumaguete as Dramaguete. I always laugh. I'm like, I don't know what drama is going on in your life, people that say that, but if you surround yourself with drama, you're gonna be part of it. You can remove it or, be a little more selective on who you hang out with. I don't know. But that's what I do. You don't have to take my advice. I just know my inner peace and my happiness is most important. Not to mention the fact, not to bring it up again, but I have other things to worry about, Not to beat a dead horse, and that's not even funny actually, but my mother recently died. So I'm dealing with that. And it's not easy. It's not. I've met people on this chat live stream that have mentioned I can't remember who, but someone mentioned, hey, my mother died 12 years ago. And there's not a day that goes by, you know? I can't even imagine, you know? I just know how I feel. So my inner peace is probably even more important than it's ever been due to the fact that I lost my mom. And my motivation to even be even more healthier because of what she went through and everything is I'm even more disciplined and more determined. I walk until I freaking drop. At least if I die someday, I'm gonna die from using it. Certainly not because I didn't use it. I feel great and I'm thankful. My wife is from Bacolod, so maybe I'll be heading to Philippines to retire in the future. We need a winter getaway. Thank you, and again, Gigfoot, thank you, like, again, for being here, the support, everything, you know. I can't thank all of you enough. I mean, I never expected to do YouTube and, you know, build this community of people that are loving people. It's a blessing. And I get to share it with people. Some people may never, ever get to travel abroad for whatever reason, health reasons, financial reasons, whatever it may be. They may never be able to do it. And maybe I can be that little happy place that they can go, that I could share it with them. You know, when my mom was alive, I knew I was never going to be able, she would never be able to travel here. That would just not work. Her health condition was not good enough for her to travel that far. And I would always feel bad. Now, she would watch my live streams, not always live. She would replay them. But now I kind of take the positive mindset. She gets to go with me everywhere I go right now. Everywhere. She's really with me now, like everywhere. I think if I could keep going straight, I'll be okay. Let me flip the screen. You guys are seeing my face enough. Edward, I see you. Edward says, Sir Michael. Connie says, I love hearing where people are from and what's is going on there. Thanks for sharing your walks, Michael. I love people like you, Connie, because I love it. I mean, I like it because you never know who is. Maybe there's somebody else that watches from Fishers, Indiana. I think it's neat. Agnes says, Michael, do you have health insurance in the Philippines? Agnes, I have no health insurance. That's another reason why I am very determined, focused, disciplined on my diet and my daily exercise. No, I don't have any. I have no interest in having any. And I have no interest in putting myself in a situation where I would need it either. Again, I can't predict the future, but I know the things that I am doing make the percentages of me having issues go way down, way down. And every day I'm out walking. You guys all know it. I'm not doing a live stream, but I'm walking. I mean, hell, Monday I did 24 kilometers. 24, which is, I don't know, just about 14, 15 miles. I walk every day, 10 plus miles a day, because I know how it makes me feel. Plus, I love walking out amongst the people here in Dumaguete, Philippines. It's inspiring. I have something to look at. You will never see me on a treadmill. Never. Why would I get on a treadmill and just stare at a wall? Or maybe you're looking out a window, or some of those have like a smart TV on it. I don't want a treadmill. And even if it was cold when I lived in the United States, I was outside. I walked outside. I didn't like that I had to put layers upon layers of clothes on, because I was definitely sweating bullets under those clothes. But I still did it. Sweet Caroline, I see you here. Gigfoot, I'd like to meet you in the future. I hope it will work out to make it happen. I'm a few years away from retiring, so let's see. Gigfoot, continue to focus on what you're doing. Continue to focus on your plan, but keep your health. make that a priority, because if your health isn't if you don't make your health a priority, by the time you get to that opportunity to come here, it might not be as good what it could be with a healthy version of you. Just focus on that. Aside from, your finances, and because if you don't have Philippines or back home, you're not going to enjoy yourself. To a waterfall, to lay across the water and have fun, fall off. And I don't want to be physically limited. So that's why it's important to me. That's why it's important. Augusto Angulo says, hello, good evening. How are you? Greetings from Cali, Colombia. I'm good, Augusto Angulo. Welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. I almost forgot to let people know where I'm at. I'm Michael from the United States, living abroad here in Dumaguete, Philippines. And I love it. I'm happy, at peace most of the time, and healthy. Amen to that. So welcome, Augusto. Rob says, what about a motorbike accident? I don't ride a motorbike, Rob. I guess the only way I'd be in a motorbike accident is if either I might have to. Let me know when I come back. I see it, connection issues. I can see myself now, but I don't know if I'm back or not. I will wait until somebody says you're back. And let me know that you hear me too. Dr. Red, and all right, Trav, thank you. Where was I? I don't even remember. Let me go back to these. Thank you, Sweet Caroline, DRT, Traveler, Josh. Thank you, Josh, and hello, Josh. It's on the Apo Island front. My friend David, which I introduced you guys to before, Swiss Humanity, we have plans to go to Apo Island on September 5th. So, live stream, hopefully, video, definitely. I will be making a video of the Apo Island excursion with me, David, and he said 2 of his friends. I don't know who that is. But he actually messaged me last night about doing it. So, 5th. And whew, I am getting close. I need to wipe the sweat. The mall is down here because McDonald's is ahead. So yes, that is coming. Hey, just about time for you to make another. Yeah, so yeah, that is September 5th is that something today and tomorrow. He's free, he's got a motorbike. I guess an accident could happen as if while on David's motorbike something happens, or per se right now, but I guess, Good morning to Matthias Wagner. Wait, I saw one I like it. Michael John, that's what I'm talking about, my Aries brother, Fire. That's right, Michael John. He's my brother from another here. He's from Florida. He lives here in Dumaguete. Where is that? Rebar. Wow, 10 miles is a long way to walk. Now, I don't really get the 10 miles in on my live stream. Maybe 4 to 5 I get, because I usually walk faster. I can't walk that fast holding the phone or probably bounce around. Where's the... Maddie, that's it. Being fit is the best health insurance on earth. Exactly, Maddie. I don't know if you're still here, Maddie, but that was the comment I saw before my phone went poof. Steven says, I have a lot of respect for Filipino police security guards. They're very helpful. They're myself and not anybody else, because there's always somebody that's going to say, that's not true. They do this, they do that. Well, that's because of your experience. I only speak from my experiences only, and if something is secondhand, story that I was told, then I would definitely say that. But Nick says, am I catching anybody? I don't drink that. Yeah, I turned around. Once I start noticing it's glitching out on me too much, that means turn around and go the other way. Yeah, the process of data cell service is live and learn, work in progress. Still, and yeah, once I get past this point, it'll be back. Once I go down here far enough. But yeah, I'm sure it still is intermittent, because this is kind of the area when it started getting a little glitchy. But I'm definitely heading back. David, hope all is going well with you. Thank you. Nice to see you, David. I'm doing good. Out on my walk, going back the opposite way of where I came. Too many interruptions. I think I'm safer to go down this way, but it's nice to see you, David. Hope you're doing well. It'll get better as I go the other way. Further and further. Sweet Caroline, do you have Globe or Smart? I actually have both. I have Globe and Smart. I'm using Smart, but I'm not using Globe. I actually don't even have any data for Globe right now, or I would have tried switching just to see how it would have handled. Maybe the next time I go out, I'll just buy some Globe and try to do a Globe stream and switch. But Smart always seems to handle pretty well. David, man, you're like, God bless you, David. That's all I can say. You're one of the OGs. Thank you for your blessing. That's probably the best way to put it. Thank you so much, David. You've always been so generous with me. Everybody has been generous with me. I don't know why, but I'm just thankful and blessed. Hopefully as I go further, which it's getting better, I think. Hopefully you hear me. Normally if you don't hear me, you say, we can hear you, Michael, but yeah, I have Globe and Smart eSIM, but I'm using Smart right now. I don't know if it's very smart, but I've had troubles when I walk down that area before, towards past Freedom Park. It always gets glitchy, but I don't think I've ever tried switched it over to Globe when I was down there. So maybe when I'm not doing a live stream, I can just kind of test it while I'm down there and see how it works. Connie sent me the gold coin. Thank you, Connie. I hear Smart is the better SIM. Seems like it, but I'm sure there's probably locations where Globe might be a better option. I've heard people say, I know people that do have Globe and they say that it works well for them, or sometimes when my Smart eSIM wasn't doing so well and then theirs was, it's because they were on Globe, so that's the reason I got another one too. Yes, I still have U.S. citizenship. I'm still a U.S. citizen. I'm traveling on a tourist visa, living my life. Purple, bam. Yes, that's one of the great things about being a citizen in the United States. I can travel. I can see other parts of the world. Have my eyes open to things that maybe I wouldn't have necessarily seen hadn't I made or taken the leap of faith to travel here to the Philippines. Japan is coming someday, though. Back to Apo Island Art Chair. I know you said it's more than one day. No, it's just one day. Apparently, from what people tell me, Apo Island is like a one-day kind of place that you visit. It's not like a resort type island. It's just for one-day trips for snorkeling and stuff like that. So yeah, we're only going for the day. Some sort of travel package where food's included. I guess they do provide equipment if you need it. I did bring my a good snorkel and mask home with me from the United States. Brought it here to the Philippines. I didn't bring my flippers just because I didn't have enough room. But I will buy a pair of flippers here, but I might just rent them when we go to Apo Island. And then all I have to worry about bringing is my mask and my own snorkel. I like the idea. I mean, I know they can give you rentals and stuff, but I don't like the idea of putting a used snorkel in my mouth of somebody, even though I know they clean them and stuff like that. I don't feel comfortable putting a used snorkel in my mouth. But now, like I said, I think the signal seems to be better. Although the sun is hot, because I can feel my phone is warm. Let me watch. Agnes says, I'm using Smart Bro and it's really fast. Yeah, for the most part, Smart works. Obviously, when I went to the Valencia Mountains that time, it cuts out. As long as the area is open and there's not like mountains, I guess, blocking the towers, I think I'm usually okay. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to Dallin today with David or not. We might take a road trip. I'm not sure. It was either today or tomorrow we were talking about it. I'm just gonna get under the shade for a while. Think that spaghetti wires above you are causing signal. It could be. Hey, anything's possible. Agnes and Phil Adventures. Yes, Sweet Caroline snorkeling is fun. When I lived in Florida, I did it all the time when I lived in Florida. That's all I did. Heck, after I'd get out of work in Florida, I'd leave right from work with my stuff, my swim trunks, my snorkel mask, flippers. I'd go right to the ocean right after work. When I moved to Florida and was working in Florida, I was fortunately, that's part of the reason why I wanted to live in Florida, but the job opportunity was working morning shift, but the flight would come in like real early. So I'd be done by like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. in Florida, and I'd leave right from there, go to the ocean. I'd snorkel for hours. I loved it. I definitely want to be able to enjoy being in the ocean more here. David says hello to Josh, to Dr. Red. The ultimate good morning to Max Mother Earth. Ultimate Ziernick. I don't know anything about it. I'm too busy focused on my own life, staying in contact with my family, stuff like that. I wouldn't say I'm in a bubble, but I don't know anything about that. The ultimate Zernick. I appreciate you being here and sharing that, but I don't have any thoughts on it. Oh, you retracted it. Yeah, I don't know. Quite honestly, if it's not directly impacting me, I kind of stay away from it. I don't care. And besides, I don't worry about things I can't control anyway. But see, now everything's working better. I'm getting a little bit of shade. Just trying to cool the phone off a little bit. Again, if you're new to the channel, please double tap, give me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you're also new and you're not a subscriber, you're more than welcome to. That's your choice. Everything's a choice. You can like, not like, subscribe, not subscribe. Heck, you can unsubscribe. You can do whatever you want. But I appreciate everybody that's been here, my community of friends, maybe some new people. Some people just watch silently in the background, like someone says. That's why they don't talk much, because they will avoid drama. That's okay too. Whatever gives you your peace, inner peace, the best. I'm a big supporter of it. Exercise definitely removes stress. That's for sure. You read mine, just did a double tap. Sometimes I feel bad, Agnes, just because, walking, paying attention to traffic. I'm blessed that I get so many comments that I will wait. Just let me know whenever. The further I get away from where I came from, I think the better it gets. But you're right. These spaghetti wires could have something to do with it. Let's get this to 100. That would be great, Agnes, but it's okay if I don't. Whatever happens, happens. I'm happy either way. Like I said, it takes I've always said to people, it takes a lot for something to rain on my parade, and I guess if it physically actually starts raining, that I don't like rain. I know we need some sometimes, but several days of rain I'm not a fan of. But it's rain season, that's the way it is. But I have to admit, I'm happier and my energy level is much better here when the sun's shining like this. We're like a battery and the sun charges us. Well, it charges me. Lewis, I am from United States. I'm Michael. Nice to meet you, Lewis. I'm from USA, but living here abroad in Dumaguete, Philippines, Lewis. That's where I'm at. WG, I see you. Nice to see you, WG, pal. Bert is here. Hey, walkers. Yes, no rain. That too. Kind of going back. DMM says, hello, sir. How are you? DMM, I'm great. I'm happy on life. And yes, a lot of people like Jollibees. For obvious reasons. I don't eat there, but a lot of other people do, as you can see by the parking lot. SWG, good old-fashioned vitamin D. I would say that has something to do with why I always feel good and my health seems to be good. Nice to see you too, WG. Again, it's you guys that make my live streams worthwhile. And I'm thankful for anybody that cares one iota about me and my life here in the Philippines. That's a blessing. So anyway, reminder, September 5th, which I think is a Saturday or a Sunday, I'm supposed to go to Apo Island with my friend David and apparently two of his friends. I don't know who that is. So that is coming. Either I'll do my best with the live stream, you know, when you're traveling, although Darwin is like 20 minutes away, and then you get on a boat from Darwin to Apo Island, which I think people have said it's like a 15 to 20 minute boat ride. I'll do my best. Whatever the signal I'm given is, you know, I'll try to bring it live whenever I can. But in between, I want to make a video. I haven't made a video in forever. Now I have a reason to make one. Whether or not it'll be worth, you know, watch-worthy, I don't know. But I'll just provide it. Should be fun. Me, David, his two friends, whoever else we might meet at Apo Island. My phone's not really waterproof. I don't know how much underwater I'm going to be doing, but I know David, I think, has a GoPro or something like that. Maybe he can like provide some video footage of the water stuff, and then I can incorporate it in my videos. Jollibee is overrated. I guess it can be. Your boy Mark says, congratulations to LGBT. I'm friendly to everybody. I'm friendly with everybody. I really don't care. I mean, I guess I care to an extent, but whatever anybody chooses in life, that's your life. I'm more concerned with mine and obviously people around me that I love. I don't want to come off as being that selfish, but to each his own. I don't care. I respect everybody as long as I'm given respect in return. That's kind of how it works. WG says, I love it when I stumble on your stream. Well, I love it when you stumble on it too. And then you stay engaged. It can be fun. It can be entertaining. It has its moments. Just let me know when I'm back. I think maybe there's getting interference with the trees. That's why I moved on this side. It could be a number of things as to why I get bumped. Could be the heat, could be the trees, could be the spaghetti cable lines. It could be anything. But I'm not going to answer any of these comments or say anything until someone says, Michael, you're back. And as I always do, I apologize when I do get kicked. But it happens. All right, so, okay, WG, thank you. I was waiting for that. I'm going to go back where it says you're back. Liquid Skittle says, hey, unfortunately, or for whatever. If it's a part of your life, great. If it's not, that's your choice. I don't really push people one way or another. They need to figure things out for themselves, kind of like I did. But Jacob E. Lord says, hey, you remember me? Jacob E. Lord. Maybe it's been a while. Thanks for waiting. No, it does not. Boring, different vantage points. Good to go. Maybe the phone's just hot. Connection. And which makes complete sense as to why you'd have it off, because if it's trying to connect as you're walking around to places that maybe you use the Wi-Fi, yeah, it would interfere. Oh, I'm heading back down this way. What are we at? 82 minutes. All right, here I am. Now you see me now. Hopefully this helps. Just kind of, Connie says it's good. WG says it's clear again. And you guys hear me, right? You hear me now? Now in a loop. Are you serious? Ay, ay, ay. I gotta wipe this water off my face. Oh, it actually feels good when I take these glasses off. They're so freaking wet. Yeah, sometimes I just gotta get by the water. Too much interference. And the funny thing is, we were supposed to have a scheduled brownout tomorrow here in Dumaguete area. They postponed it until next Sunday. It was supposed to start at 5 a.m. and go till 6 or 7 at night. So no power. We're scheduled to be out tomorrow. They changed that for whatever reason. Think you're back. Yeah. Suzette Summer, hello, Suzette. Yeah, the only thing I might have to move, I'm gonna go down this way. I don't know. Some people say when the wind's coming at me, they can hear good. It's if the wind's at my back is when it's bad. So I think I'm okay. But thank goodness, working good right now. So that's the only thing I have concerns with. This, I think when the wind is in my face, you can hear me, but if it's at my back, it's distorted. What kind of payment are you walking on? Bricks. These would be bricks, which is kind of nice. Obviously, this took a long time for them to do that. Yeah, it feels much better here. My t-shirt will dry a little bit. But yeah, it's bricks, Agnes and Phil. You know what, WG, you've been here so long. Now you're blue, WG. You have the moderator privileges. If you want, you don't have to. It's kind of like a, I don't know, like a trust verification process. When I see that you're blue, that means I know you, sort of. Oh, yeah, and you don't love my view. What's behind me, of course. Never under pressure. Thank you for the star. Never under pressure. How are you doing? Always nice to see you. Not just because you gave me the star, but it's nice to see you. I kind of like your name. Never under pressure. You're spoiling me now. I like that name. Never under pressure. Or never under stress, especially here. But thank you for the star and the 100. Basher E. Shazada. Hello, how are you? Good morning. Good morning from Dumaguete, Philippines. I do like coconut trees, just so you guys know. I think coconut trees are beautiful. As long as you're not under the tree when the coconut falls and you get knocked in the head, I think you'll be fine. But I always really like just the simplicity of a coconut tree. I'm well, never under pressure. I'm doing great, you know. One day at a time, regardless, and despite whatever goes on in my life, I make the most of it. But yes, Connie, I am cooling off. This does feel good. I don't know how much of the breeze you hear, but it's definitely cooler. Never under pressure. You could come here someday. I don't know your situation. I know maybe it might not be that easy for you to just show up. Yeah, that's very true, Agnes. The only thing giving me stress, pressure would be the signal, but I'm not even gonna. I remember when it first started happening, like first time experience, I was a little annoyed. But over time, you begin to realize it could always be worse. You just don't sweat the small stuff. But yeah, that's a true statement on that. Basher says, where are you from? I'm from United States. My name is Michael. Living abroad here in the Philippines. Tourist visa. 2 years or so. I've gone back and forth to United States twice. That's where I'm from, USA, but I'm here in Dumaguete, Philippines. It's now 12:28 p.m. in the afternoon, Saturday afternoon. Where are you from, Basher E. Shazada? Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. But never under pressure, you never know. Every time, let me see. Thank you for your trust for military. Kindred spirit recognized as a kindred spirit. I would like to think so. Gino and I, although I've never met Gino from Dazzle TV, I don't know if he's still here, but I forgot to mention, I usually am good about it. If you're not a subscriber to Gino, which is Dazzle TV, I recommend it. He lives here in the Philippines. We've never met face to face, but we kindred spirits, brother from another. We get along really good. Like some people you just meet and you feel like you've known them all your life. He's one of those. Art says, "Hey Mike, I had to leave the restaurant, so I'm not sure if you answered this. Where will you stay?" Well, I did answer that, and that's okay that you were gone. Apple Island is one of those places that I'm told that's not really. There's not really. It's not known for overnight stays. It's not known for, it's just for day trips. And if you think about it, from here on a motorbike, Dumaguete to Dowen's like 20 minutes on a motorbike. Then you're only on a boat. I don't know if exactly, it's like 15, 20 minutes, very short boat ride to Apple Island, but it's more just known as things to see, turtles, snorkel life, sea life, day trips, and then you go home. They're not really, I'm getting in the shade because I can't see. This phone gets hot. Where's the best shade? Kinda, not so much. I would love to take you guys into Starbucks sometime, but I just worry that I go in there and I'm going to lose the signal. Because they do have aircon in there. But I'm just going to stay under the shade for a little bit if it's okay with you guys, just to kind of give my phone a little bit of a cool off. But no, so we're Art Park. When me and David, Swiss Humanity, go, we planned this. We just set it up yesterday or last night. We're going to go to Apple Island for the day with two of his other friends. I don't know who they are. He just said two of his friends. And travel to Darwin, I assume, get on a boat. And they provide, it's like a package thing, 200 to 300 pesos each. That's not much. And then they provide, I think, something to eat and any equipment you need to use and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just day trip place. WG says, you are so bold, courageous. I don't know, bold, courageous about what? Basher says he's from Afghanistan. Agnes says, how hot is it? I could bounce to my phone app right now. I don't know if I'm going to lose you, but let me look real quick. I'm not disappointed. It says, if I'm back, it says it's 91 degrees. 91 degrees. Now, I don't know if that includes the heat index, so it's probably hotter than that. WG says, ooh, I've got some catching up to do on your channel. What do you got to catch up with? Bert says, go to Boracay. Yes, I want to go to Boracay so I can meet Gino. That would be probably the bigger part of the reason for me to go to Boracay is to meet Gino. I certainly wouldn't go there without meeting him. He's going to be my kindred spirit friend / tour guide in Boracay. Abel Hansen is here. Hello, Abel. Says hi to everyone. EC says, it's my first time here, I assume. Welcome, ECs. Cosmos says, am I in Italy? No, I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Dumaguete, Philippines. That's where I'm at. I guess you can see the ocean. WG says, shorts, videos, past lives. Well, you'll probably have time to catch up on videos. I haven't done any in a while, but hopefully that changes on September 5th. The only thing that would ruin that Apple Island trip is the weather. That would be it. You know, the only thing that could rain on our parade, our trip, would be rain going to Apple Island. Hopefully not. Yes, September 5th. So if I can I'll do whatever I can in regards to the live stream. I don't know how well the signal, that's just hit or miss. You just see what happens. That's the place to visit, Bert says, Boracay. Yeah, I definitely want to go there. Like I said, mostly because I want to meet Gino. I wouldn't definitely not go on that trip without meeting him. He would make it that much better anyway. You know, meeting him is going to be like, I don't know, a special day. Like, it's going to be really cool. You know, we connected very well through social media, through YouTube, but we've also spoken Facebook Messenger also. WG says, I've subscribed now, so I'll be able to set a notification. I'll set notifications to on. Now I'm following you, WG. And WG, where are you from? I don't know if you ever said or mentioned. I don't remember if you did. John Broski says, hello. Hello, John Broski. Nice to see you, John. Welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. Kind of cooling off in the shade just because my phone gets a little overheated. I do too. Mid-South. Okay, I got you, WG. Mid-South. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. There's the Montegro Lines boat going by. Nice breeze here today. Yeah, I don't mind the heat. It don't bother me. I'm more concerned about the heat of my phone than I am myself. John says, I just built a house in Bohol. How cool is that? That's very cool. Yeah, if I wanted to get on a boat here at the port, Ocean Jet, I could go. I think from here in Dumaguete to Bohol, port to port, I think it's 2 hours, or maybe it's 3. I don't think it's more than 3, but for some reason 2 hours is sticking in my mind, but I might be wrong. That's awesome, John, that you actually built a house in Bohol. Congrats and good for you. Sounds like you're staying. I don't think you'd be building the house. Mr. Mikey, there he is. I'm always thinking about you, not because you have the same name, but you know, you have the same name as me, and it's a very easy connection, and you know, nice to see you, Mr. Mikey. Brother from another beautiful, beautiful day. I guess that would make it 12:37 a.m. for you, Mr. Mikey. You're kind of up late, which I appreciate, but I know it's Friday night for you guys, so I think the weekend live streams I like better. More so because I just think if people have the weekends off, it's not taking away from their sleep that they have to get up earlier. And like I said, well, maybe not today, but tomorrow, if David and I we were just gonna go to Darwin. I know, I got booted again. I'm going up this way. Damn it. Never fails. All right, Mikey, it's actually 9. Oh, never mind. I don't know, Mikey, for whatever reason, I was thinking you were in Florida. Definitely 9:37 is not Florida. That's California. Or West Coast. Sammy said hi, like 65. Oh, you are like 65. That's awesome. Thank you, Sammy. Where are you from, Sammy? This is Dumaguete, Philippines. As long as I have a signal, looking at your dot on the map. Oh, so you're seeing exactly where I'm at in Dumaguete on Negros Oriental. John Broski says, Dumaguete, do I know P? That's funny that you ask. Yes, I know. And I'm not just saying that. Yes, I know P. I know her. She's considered a friend. I haven't seen her in a while around here lately. But yes. Sammy says he's from Iran. Welcome, Sammy. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. I know this is probably your first time in my live stream. Hopefully not your last. Trisha is up late, 12:38 in New York. See, I'm familiar with East Coast time because I'm born and raised in Pennsylvania, so I know it's 12 hours difference. Me here in the Philippines is 12:39 p.m. in the afternoon, Saturday afternoon, and I know my family, Pennsylvania, is 12:40 Friday night, Saturday morning. So welcome, Trisha. Welcome, Sammy. Mr. Mikey, my bad. That's why I might move to Dumaguete. Dude, Mr. Mikey, I hope so. That would be so cool. Undefined says, Sammy, can you pass a message to IRGC? I don't know IRGC. But yeah, John Broski, I do know P. And she is a very nice person. I know her. She's a very nice person. Met her probably a month or so after I moved to the Philippines in July of 2024. So yeah, but I have not seen her. I don't know. She's busy, you know. She's a very busy person. Your Trish is in Jamestown, New York. Lucille Ball's hometown. Wow, Lucille Ball. Now that I know only because I was a very young child, but I remember the name Lucille Ball. I love Lucy, like WG says. Mr. Mikey says, please like and subscribe. It really helps Michael's channel. It does. It does. The like helps. Subscribing obviously grows the channel, but only subscribe if you really want to. I don't force people to do anything, actually. Undefined, no, they're not Meta, but they are Ray-Ban. They're progressive lenses, more so for being able to see small print, but they transition. I like my glasses, but they look like Meta, but no, they're not. I don't even think you can use Meta glasses with iPhone, from what someone told me. Someone mentioned to me I should get Meta glasses, but no. Half Century, hello, my friend from Ohio. I do remember Half Century and the Ohio connection. Goddess Isabel Reina, I'm headed to Philippines for 6 months. Should I start in Manila first? New subscriber. Goddess, when I first came to the Philippines in July 2024, it was recommended to me by friends to start in Cebu, to arrive in Cebu. Although my destination was here in Dumaguete, I could have gone to Manila and then Manila to Dumaguete, I think, direct. But it's a bigger airport in Manila, and my foreign friends that I knew already here suggested for a softer, better landing, better atmosphere. Cebu Airport is not as apparently chaotic as Manila. I've never been to Manila. I'm only going by what they tell me. So being at Cebu has always worked out for me. I've only ever traveled through in and out of Cebu. But thank you for subscribing, Goddess. But Manila first. Well, if you're going to Manila, I don't know what other options you have, Goddess. Wherever you go, you're either going to like it or not like it, and then there's over 7,000 more islands that you can choose from. Mikey says, California is going quite insane. I have a friend who has a Filipino girlfriend. I really think I might move to the Philippines. Mr. Mikey, I agree on California being insane. My brother lived there for a very long time. He moved and left. He got tired of it. That's all I'll say on that. And he loves California. So, yeah. You're preaching to the choir when it comes to quite insane. He left. You know, he's in Pennsylvania. Then he fortunately was taking care of my mom while she was alive, and now he's with my father. But yeah, he can tell you all about insanity because he lived in LA. You know, John says Cebu first. See, and that's what I did, Isabella. Mactan International Airport in Cebu. Yes. Knock, I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody said that. I don't know what you're even talking about. Knock, come on. Do better than that. Mr. Mikey says, I think you're doing well. And well, I flew into Cebu. I'm in Dumaguete, but I think going through Cebu was probably the wise choice. User says, where are you from? Well, I'm from United States, but I'm here in Dumaguete, Philippines right now. At the Rizal Boulevard. It's like a boardwalk here, but it's beautiful and a lot of people walk. But yeah, Dumaguete, Philippines, JFK, 2027. Goddess says, okay, Cebu it is. Yeah, at least Goddess to fly into. That's what the majority of people recommended that I do first time coming into the Philippines. But like I said, my destination was Cebu, and or Dumaguete. I mean, you can connect in Cebu to go other places other than Dumaguete, but that's what they recommended. So I kind of followed the advice of more experienced people. Danish, hello Danish, how are you? JFK says the Philippines, Venice Beach. Okay, I mean, I guess maybe it look. I've been to Venice Beach, been a long time, but been a long time since I've been in California. But Venice Beach, I was there. I was at Hermosa Beach in California. I like California too. It was fun back in the day. JFK, I appreciate you being here and joining the live stream. Mr. Mikey says, yeah, don't get me wrong. I love California the way it used to be. It's so expensive here now. I think my retirement would go so far in the Philippines. If you're living in California, and yes, it is very expensive to live there. I don't know what your future plans, retirement, savings, pension, and that's irrelevant. But if you're working and living in California, Mr. Mikey, it's not cheap there. So yeah, I would say whatever amount you're spending now in California, and that's just living overall in general, rental, food, car, maybe, everything, I think your money would go a lot further here. But until you get here, it's like I tell everybody, until you're here and you experience the Philippines yourself, not what I think, not what anybody else thinks, what you think. Until you're here and you experience it yourself, that's when you're truly gonna know. You are your best critic, or your worst critic, whatever, but that's the best way, in my opinion. John Broski says, Cebu City to Tubigan, Tabagan, Bohol is 1.5 hours by the ferry. So what is it, John, do you know, from Dumaguete on the ferry boat to Bohol, which I guess is the one closest to like Alona Beach and stuff like that? Is that ferry boat 2 hours, or is it more from Dumaguete? Do you know? I recommend the Bai Hotel. See, the wind's at my back now, and you're not going to hear me. It feels good to me, but JFK says, if you can afford taxes on anything you owe in USA, keep it. Yeah, you own. Agnes says, I live in California. You have to earn at least $5,000 a month to survive. Yeah. If I lived in Florida, I'd still have to work to survive. So yeah, imagine in California, I'd probably have to get a second job. I don't know. I'm very happy with my life right here. I don't think I'm missing out on anything, to be honest with you. Meeting people here every day, the weather, it's the priceless thing that I have. The wind is picking up a bit, and I don't know if you guys can hear me unless you tell me. Mikey's saying to Agnes, yes, indeed, in regards to $5,000 a month. Yeah, that's a month to survive. And when you say the words to survive, that doesn't sound very encouraging. $5,000 a month just to survive. It's not $5,000 a month you're living well or you're living good. If you own a house, yeah. I had a house in the USA, but then I sold it. I like not owning anything, to be honest with you. It's kind of like that mindset. We're born into this world with nothing. We're going to leave it with nothing. Yes, I have certain things. I have my nice glass. Like, I do have some nice things. I just own far less things, materialistic things, than I ever did in my life. As long as I have good walking shoes, that's important too. Mr. Mikey says, well, I thought I would go to the Philippines and spend about 6 months to get the feel. And dude, you're like, people always ask me, and again, I only have my minimal experience. They say, what amount of time would be good to at least come to the Philippines, say Dumaguete, to get somewhat of an idea of what it's like? I mean, I was here for 2 months. Initially supposed to stay for 2 months. I ended up being here much longer than 2 months because I was able to. The first 2 months I was in and out of different hotels, kind of like on a vacation. And after that, when I decided to stay longer, I'm like, okay, I need to learn how to see if I can live here, like living here. Got an apartment, cooking food and going grocery shopping and not living the 2-month vacation life was gone. I did it the other way. But 6 months would be more than enough, Mr. Mikey. If you can do 6 months, do it. That's great. The longer, the better. I don't think you're gonna learn more. The longer you're here, the more you're gonna learn. User says, I'm from Bangladesh. I'm familiar with Bangladesh. I've never been there, but I've heard of it. Thank you for being here, user DS3KP4. That's a long name, but I'll just call you user. But there's a lot of people I see user. Goddess says hello, and again, hello, Goddess. Mr. Mikey said, I am retired now, so I'd really like to get to know the Philippines. Then, dude, the only thing that's gonna stop you from coming here is yourself. Take the leap of faith. Make sure you're feeling good, your health's all good, and do it. And if you come to Dumaguete, I'd be more than happy to meet with you, show you around, take you for a walk. You know I do that. This is yes indeed, I used to say I'm lucky about a lot of things, but now I always say I'm blessed. I'm blessed. That's what it is. I get blessed every day. Waking up every day, healthy, happy. Blessed by people on my stream, supporting me and everything. I'm blessed. Sometimes I don't like seeing that in the water, but that's just one of those things. As a country of islands, they're going to have to focus on and stop throwing stuff in the ocean. I don't like seeing that, but it really depends if your intentions is to party or to be like Michael, just to live simple. That's true too. JM says Fiji, Mr. Mikey. Oh, you're from Fiji? Living in Fiji, maybe? But yeah, like, it depends on what lifestyle you want. You can drink and party and eat the most expensive food you can find, stay in the most luxurious hotel you want. Sure, do whatever you want. If you got the money, do what you want. Bill Meyer says jump and get it out. Yeah, the trash. I'd love to. If they just had I'd just use a fish net. Just a fish net and just drag it, and you could probably scoop it up. The only problem is finding somewhere to dispose of it. But yeah, there's like balloons and stuff. It must have been from the thing they were having here, but Craig says you're so blessed you're not in Fauci-controlled America. He's not controlling it anymore anyway. He's being exposed, but that's okay. That's a whole other subject I won't get into. But yeah, I agree with you, but I won't talk about it. Their report is genuine. I'm kind of losing. Goddess says, I'm thinking of staying at resorts since most seems to have everything far less than 1K. Dumaguete is on my list, so maybe I'll see you. Goddess, I always tell people they're free to reach out to me. My Facebook and my Instagram links are in my YouTube introduction bio, kind of about me on my YouTube channel. More than welcome to friend me. If you send me a message, just say like, hey, I'm Goddess from your live stream. That way I kind of know who you are. Because most people's account name on YouTube do not match or reflect Facebook, so then I wouldn't know who you are. I like Fiji water. I have to admit that's some of the best water. I like Fiji. When I can find it here in the Philippines. I do see it sometimes. This is Dumaguete City. Dumaguete, Zareen. JFK likes roaches. You do? Cockroaches, I see them here and there. They don't bother me, but I do see them here. They're big. Are there hotels for 100 USD a week? I think there probably are for 100 USD a week. I can't honestly say I've ever stayed in one 7 days for $100. They were still much less expensive here than something comparable in the USA. But I don't think I've ever stayed. That would be more like like, what do they call them? Hostel type things. I don't think I've ever been in anything for $100 or less for 7 days, because 7 days is in a week. POTUS should resign. Mr. Mundre. Do research more. Mr. Mikey, Agnes, I'm all partied out now. I'm just looking for a simple life around pleasant people. Mr. Mikey, you sound just like me. You sound just like me. Your name sounds like mine. Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't put anything in my body that doesn't benefit my health. But you already know that. John Broski said, Ocean Jet 71 kilometers from Dumaguete to, sorry if I'm saying this wrong, Tagbilaran is 2 hours. Okay, that's what I thought. Someone had mentioned to me, Michael, I didn't know the exact location they brought you to in Bohol, but they said it was 2 hours. And then from that location, I don't think it's very far, if I understood it correctly, to get to like Alona Beach or something like that. But I do have a friend, Kevin, another Kevin, who's from America, spends most of his time in Bohol, but he does come here to Dumaguete, and I hang out with him. You're so blessed. Yeah, you got that one. And Bill Meyer, I know it's not cold for you right now. Mr. JFK, are you still alive? Hey, old man. I don't know. You're as old as you feel, but I bet you a lot of old men, I can run circles around them. I'll bet you that. And I'd certainly be up for the challenge. So, yeah. If me feeling the way I do is old, I'll take it any day of the week. Because I meet people that are younger than me that look a lot older than me. And that's just a fact. And I feel great about that. So, yeah, I don't know. A bank, whatever. Drew Denzel, I remember you, Drew Denzel. Welcome back. Hello, everyone. Showing the love. Drew Denzel, I remember you. And again, if you're new to the channel and you're not a subscriber and you just enjoy peaceful happiness, inspiration, loving people in Dumaguete, Philippines, I could go on and on about me and my experiences, then you come to the right place. But if you like toxicity type of life and drama and negative, then you're probably not at the right place. Bill says it's 65 degrees at night, which I could open the windows in the US when it was 65. 92 during the day, 100% humidity. But 55 in humidity might not be that good, but I remember 55, 65 degree nights. Doctors, now I can't see because the sun's too bright. Dr. Sonny says, me, Mikey, nice to meet you. Dr. Sonny, I'm great. I'm great every day. Unless maybe it's raining all day, then I'm not so great. But I'm still happy. I'm great. I'm awesome. I feel great. Saying what you won't. Philippines has the highest child. Oh boy. And again, you know what? Saying what you won't. I don't surround myself with that. I don't support it or whatever, but I don't worry about what I can't control. Unfortunately, we live in a crazy world. And it's not just here, probably. I'm sure it's everywhere. Some people just choose to ignore stuff. I don't. But yeah, like, I don't know. The comment was just dumb. Like, think of something better. Be more creative, or I don't know. Negative Nancy. Toxic. Always thinking the worst of everything. I'm in one of those moods today. I don't know if anybody can tell. Like, just there's some stuff. It's just like, like, what is wrong with people? Sometimes I can't turn the other way. I just have to just say what I think. I'm in one of those moods today, if you can tell. Mr. Mikey says, Bill, yes, the humidity can be bad. Dr. Sunny says, nice to hear from you. I'm also good. That's good to hear. That's what I'm about. Happiness, being, choosing happiness. That's another thing. You either choose to be happy or you don't. Some people choose to be miserable. That's not me. WG with the thumbs up. Yeah, that's not me. I'm just kind of like in a ranting mood all the time. I don't know, maybe because of earlier, but I just like sometimes we got so many other things going on in this world, in our lives and stuff like that. Still, to me, yes, there's a lot of sad things going on in this world, and I wish I could pray it all away, but you know what? That's just not the reality. I'm more focused on trying to be at peace with myself, be happy, and yeah, I miss my mother like crazy. So Mr. Mikey says, I quit drinking in 2009. I'm loving this sobriety. That's good to hear, Mikey. Oh, Matt, dude, aren't these the best hats? I love this comment. I think you're the first person that actually knew what a King and Fifth hat was. Magnum End 88, King and Fifth hat, wearing one now. I love these hats. I don't know if you have the trucker style one, but they make them so they're not like, usually a trucker style hat fits big. That's why they made these hats, so they're not like, I don't have like a tall head. That is so awesome. King and Fifth hats. When I was back in the US from June 8th to July 9th, I bought 2 of these. Because my original one, you'll see in my old videos, was like a brown one that faded to almost like beige, light brown. I donated that to my father. I was going to throw it in the trash, and he wanted it. I gave it to him, and I bought this gray one and like a dark navy blue one. Love King and Fifth hats. Welcome, Mac. That's so cool. Those hats are so, I love those hats. And no, I'm not a sponsor for King and Fifth. I'm not a sponsor for anybody. That'd be great if I was, because I do represent the hat all the time. Mikey, I quit in 1990, the drinking. That's great. Bill, good job, brother. Very impressive. I was never a big drinker, and most of you probably already know that because I've said that before. Even when I did drink, which was very little, and maybe that was part of the problem, I got headaches. Every time if I drank one, I got a headache. And to me, I was like, this isn't even worth it. And then if I really drank a lot, oh yeah, I got a headache, and then I was sick. I was always sick. BB, I'm in the Philippines, happy as all can be. Just be happy, BB 7971. Mr. Mikey, he's quick to take care of business. True Danger Zone King, hello. I remember you, True Danger Zone. Dr. Sunny says, by the way, today is the Independence Day of India. Love from America. Well, happy Independence Day to India. I wouldn't have known that, so you just educated me. I don't know if I'll remember that, but I appreciate that. That's interesting. See, you're dropping knowledge, you're dropping information, you're dropping something positive. So that's good. Lowell's here. Hello from Oregon. God bless. Yeah, body saying no good for you. Yeah, so when I did like stop, it wasn't like I had to struggle with getting sober or anything, sobriety. I just didn't drink. And quite honestly, when I think about it, I never was a smoker. Yes, I tried smoking and almost gagged how many years ago? I was just like, yuck. I just, certain things I just didn't do. And I'd say that's a part of the reason is why my health is in the condition it is right now. Exercise, diet, and not avoiding as best as possible putting stuff into my body that's not good for you. John says, I gotta bounce. Maybe my wife and I can visit Dumaguete sometime. I know amping means take care. Salamat for the live. Hey, John Broski, I hope to see you again. I'm glad. I guess this was your first time here, but appreciate you being here. Always love meeting people, especially people that live here as well as abroad. It doesn't matter. Yes, I hope you do come to Dumaguete. Facebook, Instagram, or in my description box. Feel free to reach out anytime. True Danger said August 14th is Pakistan Day and India is 15. Oh, so it's back to back. Not Jethro Tull. Also, don't eat and drink plastic. Yeah, well, unfortunately, too, that sometimes can be difficult to avoid microplastics. You're preaching to the choir, not Jethro Tull. You're right. Especially if the plastic is heated, that's really when the microplastics come out. Gut health. Amen. You're right. You are right. If only they would go back to putting everything back in the glass bottles. They could do it before. I don't want to hear that it's heavier. Certainly better to recycle or reuse glass. I don't want to hear the excuses. Health is more important than cost, in my opinion. But that's just one person's opinion. But I agree with you. Gut health. Yeah, I can go on and on about health. Sometimes I wish I didn't have to suffer from plastic. Even the bottled water that I would get, spring water in the USA, was in glass bottles. Here, it's all plastic. Hi, Lowell. Are the fires affecting your area? Hope not. I'm at 124 minutes. Again, welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. This is the Rizal Boulevard. This is the Bohol Sea in front of you. I wish I could show you Sikihors there, but I don't think you guys see it. Too much haze. You can barely see Cebu through the haze, but beautiful day. No complaints out of me. Yeah, don't use a microwave oven either, especially heating up food. Don't heat up food in plastic. Plastic. Yeah. BPA, gut health, wind. All right. To my face. I don't want it to my back. Buying a house or land, says Ringo. I have no plans in the immediate future to buy any land or homes here in the Philippines. I'm just going to rent a furnished apartment. That works perfect for me, responsibility-wise. And if I want to just get up and go visit somewhere else and leave, I just go. I don't need to worry about shipping furniture. I don't need to worry about selling furniture. Yeah, no interest in that right now. I owned a house, been there, done that in America, and it was great while it lasted. It was a good investment. But now I just, the less I have, I think the better I am when it comes to physical, materialistic things. But Ringo, nice to see you, Ringo. Where are we at? 40. I'm checking the percentage on my phone, too. Doctor says, I'm also an Indian, but I settled in America for 3 years. Well, congratulations to you, Doctor. Dr. Sunny. I'm Dr. Sunny because I like being in the sun, so I guess I'm Dr. Sunny also. Bill Meyer says, absolutely nowadays my garbage is paper and cardboard and plastic wrap stuff. Is crazy. Old days it was cans and glass. Yeah. Even now when you cook, don't use aluminum foil. Use parchment paper. Parchment paper. Don't use aluminum foil. Lowell says, Powell, yes, we have a fire just outside town. The smoke has been affecting my breathing. And I'm sorry you have to deal with that stuff, Lowell. I appreciate you being here. I just always feel bad. Catherine says, hello. Hello, Catherine. Welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. My name's Michael from United States, living abroad here. And it's a beautiful afternoon. It's 1:09 p.m. Saturday afternoon in Dumaguete, Philippines. Goddess says, are you on around this time every day or different times? Usually it's the same time. The days are random. I prefer to do weekends depending on where you're at, Goddess, where you live. Usually for me, if it's 10, 11 a.m., it's 10, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time the night before. So weekends are nice because if people don't work weekends, I know some people have to work, but Maybe a lot don't, and then they can stay up later, because I always feel bad that people that stay up to watch my streams are sacrificing their sleep. Catherine says she's in bed in Colorado, which you should be. You're in Colorado, but I appreciate you being here. Ringo says garden and barbecue if you have a small square house. So Goddess, yeah, like if you turn your notifications on, Goddess, Isabel, Reina, it'll alert you when I go live. Randomly. I used to do Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and then like sometimes the weather would affect whether I would have it. Could be a bad cellular internet bad day walking around. I do like Ringo works 6 days a week. You're a busy dude. Or do that. I don't mean to sound so ignorant, but what is taking so long to contain the fire? It's been over a month. Yeah, I don't know much about that. Oh, you're in Florida. Well, good for you. I lived in Florida for 2 years. I lived in Stewart in Palm City, Florida on the East Coast when I was living there. And as I always tell people, Goddess, if I was still living in America, in Florida, I'd still have to be working. I couldn't afford to live on what I'm living on here in the U.S., especially in Florida. So from one Floridian to another, I did live there for 2 years, and I love Florida. But good, taking notes. That's good. I still take notes too, Goddess. I don't know everything. I'm learning stuff every day, which is okay. That's what makes life fun. Learning something new every day. 12:10 a.m. for Bill on a Saturday. Lo asked me about Iloilo. I've never been to Iloilo. I've heard people like it. It's more city-like. I lived in Bacolod, which is across the water. Another on the other side of Iloilo. I didn't really like even the city vibe in Bacolod, so I don't know if I would like Iloilo either. It's very similar to, I guess, like shopping malls and that kind of stuff. Restaurants, I'm sure, are great, but it's nice. Dumaguete is like a town to me, so this is good enough for me. So I can't really say on Iloilo. I've never even been there, let alone comment on it. Have you ever been to Colorado? Yes, I have. Long time ago. Was it Vail, Colorado? I think that's where I was at, Vail. I think that's Vail, Colorado. But yeah, long time ago. Snowboarded there. It was great. When I used to snowboard, but I've since moved on from cold weather. I'm more interested in hot sun. It's funny, that wave smacking on there sound like a bang. Mr. Mikey says, I think red tea is a great thing. It works for me now. That's not to say I wouldn't change my mind someday, Mr. Mikey, but for now, I just don't want the responsibility of fixing anything. If I have a problem, you call the owners, the landlord, and they take care of it. That's what I want. And I just want to eat, sleep, shower in my apartment, and I'm out of there. I'm never in there. I'm not hanging out watching TV. I just, before I go to sleep, catching up on things in the world, on social media, and that's about it. Shooter McDabin, that must be like Shooter McGavin. This is not Hawaii, but it's Dumaguete, Philippines. Shooter McDabin, Dumaguete, Philippines, the island of Negros Oriental. But welcome, Shooter. I thought of Shooter McGavin from that movie, Happy Gilmore. I think Shooter McGavin is in that movie. Yes, indeed, Michael. The more you own, the more you're owned. Yeah, and I just think some people may twist this thinking, but for me, since I've been in the Philippines, I think having less is actually having more. I'm happier, man. Like, I'm just happier. Yes, Colorado is beautiful, Catherine. I'm working on moving to Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach is nice. I grew up in Pennsylvania. I'm very familiar with Virginia Beach. It's nice. It's nice. I haven't been there in a long time. And that's home for you. And that's what matters. That's what matters. What feels like home to you? I'll be honest with you. Traveling abroad, living abroad here, experiencing this, It's like a home away from home for me, but it's the people here that make it feel that way. Yes, I love the weather. Yes, I love all that stuff. I always say this, but the people are, especially of Dumaguete, make it special here. Um, I agree, Mr. Ray. Philippines is beautiful, but it's not for everybody. Just because I love it and gush about it and think it's just awesome, the people, that doesn't mean everybody else will, and that's okay. Everybody's different. We're all different. Are people mad at me for being American? No. I've never experienced one thing here negatively. But again, that probably has to do with when you treat people nicely with respect, you're going to get it in return, and that goes for no matter where you're at in the world. But no, I would say nobody's mad at me. Not yet, anyway. You're in Texas. You can handle the humidity. See, and honestly, Mr. Ray, I lived in Florida for 2 years. I know what that humidity was like, but that was only 2 years experience. I have another friend. His name is Michael. He's lived here longer than I have. He lived in Florida all his life, and I asked him, where do you think is more humid, here or Florida? To my surprise, he said, but not so surprising, he said Florida. He felt Florida was more humid. And I agree, because I remember when I would step outside at certain times of the year with the humidity in Florida, I'd be drenched within seconds, or maybe minutes, but quickly. Here, I don't feel that. Now, the sun is stronger because you're closer to the equator, but I don't notice humidity being so bad. Amen to you and much respect to you. Catherine says, so what's your story, my friend? Not much of a story. I'm just Michael. Started looking into wanting to see other parts of the world, and if I don't do it while I'm healthy and inspired and motivated to do it, maybe I'd never do it. So I took a leap of faith and I came here, and here I am 2 years or so later. Been home back and forth to the US twice. I love it here. And there's so much more for me to see, Catherine. My story is just beginning. I'm probably still only in chapter 1, maybe chapter 2, but I'm not that far in my story. NZ Coins, hello, my friend from New Zealand. Nice to see you, NZ Coins. Tim Nicholas says hello. Hello, Tim Nicholas. Welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. But NZ, it's so nice to see you. I appreciate you, New Zealand Coins, being here. Loa says, I am working on getting rid of all my excess stuff. Believe me, when I sold my house and went through a lot of my excess stuff, I'll just call it junk. I thought to myself, man, like, Michael, what are you doing? I am so glad I have very few things left now that's in a closet in my parents' house in the United States, my father's house. Not much. And quite honestly, there's probably some of that not so much stuff that I could probably get rid of too. Tim is from South Carolina. I used to go to Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach was a yearly, almost summerly thing, going to Myrtle Beach. Love Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Nice state. Agnes, I missed your last question. Oh boy. Let me go back, Agnes. Doobsack, do you work? No, I'm retired. Catherine says she loves that for me. Hold on, Agnes. I don't try to miss. You know that. I'm sorry. I'm going back. Agnes. Michael, have you considered trying to do van life so you can travel? No, I haven't thought about it. I don't want to own a vehicle. I haven't even taken the motorbike plunge yet, so I'm still a little intimidated by the motorbike life yet. It'll happen eventually, but good for me. I walk everywhere. Dumaguete makes it very convenient for me to walk everywhere. Do I walk a little more than the average person? Probably. Do I walk in the not so average time of the day? Yeah. But if I had a motorbike right now, I'd probably sit a lot. So Agnes, I'm sorry, I missed that. Mr. Mikey says he's in a huge house. There's something constantly going on fixing things. I don't want that problem anymore. Mr. Ray says, thanks for doing this, Mike. Have a great life. Well, so far, so good, Mr. Ray. Thank you for being here. I hope you'll come back next live stream. Give me a like if you didn't do that. It helps my channel. Double tap the screen or whatever you're on. If you're not a subscriber, I'm open to anybody subscribing. Yeah, Dubsack. Eventually, the motorbike. My friend has one, so if I need to travel with him, I can. Fortunately, I have him and some other locals that have motorbikes. That if I really need to get somewhere or have some sort of transportation, and we're doing something together, it's not like I'm out of options when it comes to transportation. Tim says it seems a lot of people love living in the Philippines. They do, but then there are people that don't. Again, not everybody that comes here is gonna find the same happiness as me or somebody else. We're all different. Maybe you need to go, who knows where. But I do think I love the fact that I came here to a part of the world that I've never been to. Getting out and seeing other parts of the world, to me, is so amazing. And the people I've met here, especially in Dumaguete, have changed my life. They changed my life. Tim Nichols said that's true. Alish said, hi. Catherine says, have dinner on me. I hope $20 is a... Catherine, you don't need to do anything for me. You don't have to, I mean, yes, $20 is more than enough here in the Philippines, but I'm just glad you're here, supporting my channel, enjoying my perspective on life and living here in the Philippines. That's why the reason I do this. Catherine said you want to. I won't tell you, you do what you want. That's okay. I never ask for anything though. And like people humble me and like, it's just hard for me. But I appreciate that, Catherine. Whatever you do, what you want to do, I would be appreciative, but you don't have to. Tim Nichols said, I would like to try Switzerland. That's interesting because my good friend here, David, he goes by Swiss Humanity, is from Switzerland. He lives here and he loves it here in the Philippines. So that's interesting. Goddess says, have I had a chance to visit other places? If so, where? I want to go to Japan, Goddess. That's first on my list. Whether or not that becomes my first place to visit, I don't know. But I would like to go to Japan. I've always had an interest in Japan all my life. I just like the things I've seen. I like the culture, the people and stuff like that. So yeah, I would love to visit Japan. Tim, and you'll meet David sometime. We do stuff around, like hang out. He's back. He was in Vietnam for a while, but he's back. We did a stream not too long ago together, but you'll see him. But yeah, he's from Switzerland. You ain't never had the feds investigate you. No. I'm boring. I would like to try Switzerland. That's true. It seems a lot of people, yes, they do love the Philippines. I'm kind of going back, but yeah, motorcycles. I've rode motorcycles before. My biggest fear is just here. It's different traffic kind of things. Not that I couldn't do it. I'm probably making a bigger deal out of it than it really is, but Dumaguete, Philippines. I'm at E-Jazz Tech Studio. You're doing what I wish I could do. I hope more people help you to do your beautiful dream. Catherine, God bless you. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm living my dream. Doesn't mean it's a dream for everybody else. I wouldn't change anything that I've done. Coming here to me changed my life in so many ways. So, try to go to the Antarctic. It's a nice place. I don't know if I'll be making a trip to the Antarctic anytime soon, but I'm sure no matter where you'd visit in the world, there's probably something unique and special about every place. Traveling, I think, would be great, but you need money to be able to do that also. well over the time. I don't know if you haven't given me a like. The wall. You mean this wall here? The sea wall, maybe? Um, but if you haven't subscribed or double tap the screen for a like, I'd greatly appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that's been here, whether from the beginning till now, in the middle, or just joining. I haven't been to many countries. I've been to like Dominican Republic, Jamaica, St. Lucia. I've been to many different like other islands, Caribbean islands, Mexico, Canada, or not Canada. No, I haven't been to Canada. North, very like Maine, almost Canada. That's about it. A lot of Caribbean islands, way in the distance. But yeah, this is like where everybody comes to walk all the time. It's beautiful here. Yes, Mr. Mikey, walking to me is the longevity of life. I know for a fact, and I believe that all the walking I've done for so many years is why I'm in the health that I'm in. Plus other exercises, but walking is a big portion of it. YouTube have a streaming limit? No. You can stream as long as you have battery power or whatever. I usually don't go over 2 hours, which I have, but it's okay. I just have to keep an eye on my battery. Then I have to walk home to charge it, but yeah, I love it here. This is what I wake up to every day, and then if I want to venture off into the city, which I was earlier, but I won't be going in there now. You're welcome, Catherine. There's a lot to see here, but the best part for me is the people. That's why I enjoy it and love it the most. Yeah, it is beautiful to me. Like I said, not everybody likes it. Somebody could come here and visit a first time and they just don't get that vibe. Or it might take them bouncing around a bunch of different islands until they find a place that connects with them. And that's not to say I couldn't go to some other island I haven't been to, which is many. And maybe I like that place better than here. Are you related to the guy who lives? Is he your cousin? I don't have any cousins here at all that I'm aware of. I don't have any relatives or anybody here that I'm aware of. So I don't know. Not that I know of. But Mr. Mikey says, good to have you here, Catherine. Yes, conserve for trip home. Unbelievable and unique way to wake up to. Is it expensive? It's not as expensive as I would have to. It would cost me a lot more to live back home in the U.S. And I'd still be working. I always tell people that. I wouldn't be able to retire the way I am here. That's not the main reason I chose to come here, but it certainly allowed me to accelerate and retire much sooner than I ever thought I'd be able to if I was still living back home. Simple as that. But anyway, again, before I depart, I'm gonna get ready to go. I need to go get something to eat, way past my lunchtime. Breakfast, lunch combined. I eat twice a day. I have not eaten yet. So, if you haven't given me a like, before I close it out, double tap. If you're not a subscriber, I'd greatly appreciate that too. But you don't have to if you don't want to. That's the great thing about life. You can do what you want. You want to like it, like it. Mikey says, Ejaz, your money goes a long way there. Very economic. Exactly. Yes, does sound like a plan. Magoo, have a great day. Thanks for the live. Dr. Red, great channel. Can't wait to meet you. Come back again, Goddess. Any questions you think of. If I can't answer it, most likely there's a good chance some of my very good Philippine friends here that are lifers, Filipinas would be able to answer your question. I'm still learning, and that's okay. I will never know everything anyway. I don't want to know everything. Because then if I think I know something and I'm wrong, then I get in trouble. So, Catherine, reach out. I'm always here. Like I said, my Facebook, Instagram links are in my YouTube description bio box. If you want to say hello, introduce yourself, to say who you are on YouTube. I worked in Osaka for a long time. Japan is great. The people very polite. And one of my good friends of a Japanese restaurant that I love to go eat at here, he runs the whole Japanese restaurant. He's from Japan. And he said to me, which is great and generous of him, if he's ever going to Japan visiting home and I happen to maybe want to go the same time, he said he'd be more than happy to show me around. So it's nice to know people. You meet people even from Japan here in the Philippines. Kayla, hello, Kayla. Nice to see you, and I'm sorry I'm ending my stream. Almost at 100. Can you imagine that? I'm almost at 100 likes. But thank you for stopping by, Kayla. Laverne Angel says, thank you for your videos. You do a very nice job. I try. I can always do better, I'm sure. But there may be another live stream tomorrow. If David and I go to Darwin or some beach down there, we'll try maybe to do another one tomorrow. So turn your notifications on. That's the only thing I can tell you to do, because you never know. I might just pop in randomly. Yeah, I see 100 now too. That's great. Kayla says, no problem. Catch you next time. And with that being said, each and every one of you, always, I can't thank you enough for your support, continued support, new support. We build a nice, friendly community here, and that to me is probably the most important thing. And you're always there for me, especially you guys are like friends, regulars. You're always here. And sometimes I notice some people aren't here and I worry about them. Michelle Pelletier, wherever you're at. I've been saying her name, I think, the past how many live streams. I hope she's okay. But with that said, no matter where you're at in the world, have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Just have a good day. And I look forward to seeing you guys all again. And until the next time, God bless you all. Love you all. Peace, inner peace. Choose happiness. I'll see you all later. Thank you. Bye, everybody.